Hello, everybody. You know why you're here. I know why you're here. Happy Sunday. It's like another one of those days I just can't be bothered to turn the lights on, so I'm not gonna be as lit up today. I'm just so sorry. It's Sunday. I'm just taking it a little bit easier, and I'm gonna be under these lights if I turn them on for a long time. Want to know why? Because the lawsuit is 80 something pages long. It's like 80 something, 86 pages long. So, also, yeah, don't like mind my makeup. I was sweating at the farmer's market. If you went to Columbus Farmer's Market today, you just missed me because I was over there in Columbus, New Jersey. Okay, hello, everybody. Hello, Kristen. Hello, Cleopatra. Hello, Monica, best mod in the game. Hello, Yodi, Aurora, Jay McCarthy. So this lawsuit that we're going to be reading today, let me pull it up. This is it right here. It's actually, as you can see, first amended complaint. Amended means they had already filed one before. The plaintiff in this case, I'm sorry, I do not know how to pronounce her last name. Lauren Piscotta. I do know that in the Latin, PISC means fish. And the OTTA is given a little, IOTTA is given a little bit of, oh, it just went away. What on earth? Hacked. All right. Anyway, so this lawsuit originally was filed in June, I think it was. She might say it in here, we might get to it. But this was originally already had been filed, okay? And I don't know I don't know why she amended it. I don't know why she amended this complaint, okay? A lot of people have been saying she amended. This is against Kanye. I mean, we all know why you're here. You read the title, you read the thumbnail. A lot of people saying she amended it because of the new allegations against Diddy, but to my knowledge, this was already filed after allegations against Diddy. So, I mean, I don't know. Okay, so let's get to it. Oh yeah, my unicorn pinata. Somebody named her Alyssa very early on. That's my assistant, Alyssa, back there. She's been there up so long. I'm reaching these YouTube milestones now. You know, this is a sleeping mask. It's been on this poor unicorn's face for like 4 years now. It's been on there so long that it's like just stretched out just from being on there and it falls down. Poor thing. She can't even take her naps anymore. Okay, so all right. So this is the lawsuit. Let me make it bigger. Y'all can see it. If you want to look this up yourself, you can actually do that. This is a public lawsuit. It was $37. I bought it with my own money, $37 and something cents. And, you know, I paid for it. It wasn't free or anything, but y'all are free to, you know, I'm giving it to y'all here. I used to upload these documents and stuff, and then it just became a pain because, like, sometimes it has people's addresses on it and stuff. And then I'm over here getting literally harassed, stalked, and beat up in the legal system over trying to share with y'all already publicly available documents. But, I don't know why it's like all stretched out like that. Maybe if I make it like, this is so weird. StreamYard's acting very strange. It got bought recently, StreamYard, and it's been acting a little funny ever since. I'll say that. All right, so all right, what are we 4 minutes. All right, I feel like that's my intros are getting shorter. All right, I've been trying to make them a little shorter, a little more concise. Not necessarily shorter, but just more concise, like get to the point a little earlier. I'm not quite there, y'all. I still have talked about the unicorns mask. Okay, so this is the first amended complaint, and these are the allegations. I'll just run through them here. Breach of contract, wrongful termination, and violation of public policy, harassment, quid pro quo, and hostile workplace environment. So these are two different types of harassment under the law. So it's both types this lady, Lauren, is suing for. Unlawful retaliation, gender discrimination, failure to prevent harassment, discrimination, and retaliation, quantum merit. Girl, I don't know what that is. I'm sure I learned it in law school. I don't remember today. Unjust enrichment, fraud, unpaid wages, waiting time penalties, failure to provide accurate wage statements, failure to reimburse business expenses, intentional infliction of emotional distress, failure to produce employment records, battery, false imprisonment. Okay. So those are the three. I mean, sorry, not three. Good Lord. Those are the 17 causes of action that Lauren is suing for. I don't think I read Lauren's first complaint, but I did read a lawsuit against Kanye by another alleged proclaimed former Yeezy employee. I don't remember his name off the top of my head right now. It's been in the past like 6 months to a year or so. But he did get sued by another employee. I did read that lawsuit, but I do not remember if I read this lawsuit the first time they filed this. And this is an amendment. That means this is like they put some new stuff in it, took some stuff out. I'm really not sure. I could go and download that one, but it's like I said, it's like these actually cost more than like $1 or $5. These are like $37 for this document I paid. Okay. Also, I'm not looking at the chat right now. I get way too distracted, but I will circle back to come look at the chat in a little while. I do see Monica was in there. I know that I have the best mods on YouTube, so make sure everybody's acting right in the chat and all that. Okay, thank you. But I'll be in the chat after I read, a little bit over here. Okay. Since I did not read this lawsuit out loud to y'all before, or maybe I did and I just don't remember, I'm going to just kind of go through the whole thing here. Like I said, it's 86 pages long, so y'all might be needing to settle in. We might be here a while. You might need to go to the drive-thru at the McDonald's. You might need to go put your, rice on the stove, whatever you need to do, because it's not going to be probably a fast one today. Okay. All right. Also, I don't work for you. And like I said, y'all can go and download this yourself. It's public. So if you don't want my commentary, get off my channel. This is my commentary channel. Thank you. All right. So it starts out with a section that says allegations common to all causes of action. Okay, so here's the general allegations. Lauren, I'm just going to call her Lauren because it's easier, and I also don't know how to pronounce her last name. So sorry, no offense or disrespect intended. Lauren is an individual. She's the one suing Kanye West, residing in the county of Los Angeles in the state of California. Okay, she lives in LA. She is informed and believes, and on that basis, alleges that the defendants, Yeezy, Does 1 through 10 inclusive, and each of them were limited liability companies. Oh, girl, that's not the, what lawyer is this? That's not the plural. That's not how you spell companies. That's not the plural, girl. Who's she suing? She's suing Kanye, but she's also suing Yeezy LLC. Oh my God, my nose starts itching when I redo my makeup. Ugh. Yeezy LLC, Yeezy Apparel, Yeezy Footwear, and Yeezy Construction. Girl, what? Is that Union Construction? Yeezy Construction Inc. And she's also suing unnamed anonymous people, like about 50 of them. Okay. So she's suing them, and she believes that, I've been reading so many Diddy lawsuits. I know I'm going to accidentally say Diddy just because I've been so used to reading Diddy, but we're talking about Kanye West. Kanye, yay. Yeezy, yay. Okay, Kanye. Okay. All right. So now we're on paragraph 3. Plaintiff, that's Lauren, is further informed and believes that all these people were at all times relevant, also residents of or headquartered in or whatever in LA. So she's just trying to prove an established jurisdiction right now. Or they were his employees. Okay, so in this area, she is just kind of tying in all of these 50, 11, literally like 50 something defendants over here. So she's kind of saying like, okay, all of them are based in LA, lived in LA at the relevant time frame. And also, the people that were doing all that stuff were employees of Kanye, or in some other way, they were an agent, they were acting on his behalf, etc. What else? She says, yeah, there was a unity of interest and ownership. All right. So now we're going to get to the factual allegations. Okay. And I don't really, I'm not going to plan on reading a lot of the more deranged things out loud. I will let y'all know there are no Tyrone Blackburn-esque style pictures. At least the first 60 or so pages that I did read. I did not finish this. There's like 20 pages at the end I didn't finish yet. I will let y'all know I'm not going to be reading the more deranged things out loud. It will be up on the screen for you to read. That being said, this is some, as the title indicates, some pretty serious allegations, pretty nasty, it's pretty deranged. Okay. So in my opinion, according to me, in my opinion. Okay. So be aware if you have kids in the room and stuff like that, just be aware, be on viewer discretion is advised or whatever, Okay. Okay, so factual allegations. Now they're going to tell us who Kanye West is. And a lot of times I would just breeze right through, skip right through this, but I can't. I can't breeze right through and skip right through this because it's like sentence 4 right here. And it's already something we got to sit and talk about. Okay. Whew, this paragraph 7 on page 3, the first amended complaint. They're defining who he is. It says, defendant Kanye West, aka Ye, hardly needs an introduction. He's an artist, music producer, songwriter, fashion designer. He's famous for, among other things, his public outbursts and attention-grabbing comments. Okay, and all right, whew, so far so good. But then it goes on, quote, parading his subordinate Yeezy LLC employee and former S party participant and coordinator, and now wife, Bianca Censori, all over the world. Okay, hold on. The sentence gets crazier and crazier after that. Okay, so my nose gets itchy when I redo my makeup. Okay. Kanye West famous for, among other things, blah, 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 blah. Okay. And also he's famous for parading his subordinate wife around. But it's not just wife, right? She's allegedly, according to this lawsuit, a Yeezy LLC employee. On top of that, Bianca, it's being alleged, is a former SEX party participant and coordinator. So we're getting a little bit Ghislaine type of vibes, if you know what I mean. Like the allegations. And as you can see in the scroller, and I'm going to repeat it a lot of times here, innocent until proven guilty. People can and do lie in court documents. I've seen it myself. Okay. I'm not taking a side here. I will be providing some commentary, but the bottom line is I do not know because I was not there. Okay. I'm reading from a lawsuit that is a public document. Okay. At the beginning of this live, it like randomly disappeared without me doing anything. And so I'm scared that it's going to disappear. I'm getting a little jumpy on it, but this is what I'm reading from. I can see right now it's up on the screen. Okay. Ooh. Right? Like, do you see what I mean? Do y'all see what I mean? Like, like the first sentences of the first, where like, hardly needs an introduction. He is an artist, music producer, songwriter, fashion designer. He is famous for, among other things, his public outbursts and attention-grabbing comments, parading his subordinate Yeezy LLC employee and former S party participant and coordinator, and now wife, Bianca Censori, all over the world. Okay. Okay. So the sentence doesn't end there. Okay. It doesn't end there. The sentence goes on to confirm some of our suspicions. I know, I don't like to use royal we over here, but I do know some of y'all have commented and I do share the sentiment. What in the hell is up with Bianca Censori and why is she going all over the place dressed like that? I mean, whatever y'all do in your bedroom is truly up to you and that's your business or whatever. I mean, if everybody's consenting, but why does the kids have to see that? And honestly, why do I have to? I don't want to look at it. I don't look at a naked lady walking around like that, being paraded around. But look. He is famous for parading her around all over the world in scantily clad, see-through, inappropriate costumes that typically expose her full, you know what, and butt for everyone, including children, to see. And for his extreme, and he's also famous for his extreme anti-Semitic, racist, and discriminatory remarks, blatant misogynistic behavior, discrimination, and a belief now held by many that he is generally unhinged and unfit. Okay, so a lot of that stuff, I mean, whatever. Okay, who knows? But I'm surprised to find out in the first sentence or two, the first two sentences of this amended complaint that Bianca Censori is coordinating S parties that I didn't even know were going on. Like in the first sentence, it's like, what are we learning? Okay, well, apparently Kanye is also having S parties. Sorry, I have to say this. I mean, I know that, like, I'm not saying the real word. Like somebody commented the other day, like, oh, what are we 5 years old? Like, no, I'm just trying to follow the rules over here, y'all. I greatly appreciate having a platform and I don't really want to lose it. All right. So yes, S parties, but read up here what it actually says. Okay. It's right here. SEM party. Okay. Not only was Bianca, okay, not only are they having parties, but apparently Kanye's at them, Bianca's at them, this S parties. And not only is that happening, but also Bianca allegedly, according to this complaint, is coordinating them. And she's also an employee of the company, Yeezy LLC. Wow. I mean, I know I've been on this page 10 minutes, but like y'all, it's a lot right there. Okay. Okay, so the lawyer goes on. There is, however, far more to defendant Kanye West, and there are far more details that only begin to scratch the surface of who he authentically is. The version of Kanye West has shared, the version of Kanye that he has shared of himself with the general public and the media to date is a far cry from the exploitative, domineering, conniving, oppressive, and obsessive. Okay, this is a quote from the lawsuit I'm reading right here. Sexual predator that he truly is behind closed and or locked doors. The version he presents of himself to the public and the media is a far cry from the exploitative, domineering, conniving, oppressive, and obsessive predator he truly is behind closed and or locked doors. Whew. Like, I don't know, y'all. This seems like fighting words. Kanye is, in fact, an abuser. This is, I'm reading from the lawsuit. I don't, innocent until proven guilty. His true nature and authentic character are without a doubt predatory, aggressive, compulsive, vulgar, perverse, and frighteningly calculative. Yeah, I mean, they said locked doors in the lawsuit. Yes, they did. Yes, they did. Christian, I mean, y'all seeing it? Are y'all seeing it? Aqua, I don't know why I was about to say aquamarine. Alcheme? Girl, I'm gonna say that. Sorry. It doesn't surprise me if it's true. Christian, stop. It's I did see this. I did see that you had left that as a comment, me. I'm gonna look into it. And there are yeah, and there are some details in here. I will let y'all know there's no pictures, but she does we're gonna move on. I don't feel like being rushed today because it's Sunday. Shout out everybody in the chat, 1300 in the chat. When it's 1333 in the chat, I don't know, maybe I'll rush, but no, I'm not. I'm not rushing. I just feel like we need to like really like take our time with this one. You know what I mean? It's just all right. So they saying it right here is in fact an abuser. Okay. Paragraph B, Kanye West. This is whoever filed this lawsuit, poor thing. I mean, bless their hearts. These ones and the twos right here, they're supposed to line up with lines so that we can say, right? Like how, like if, for example, if I'm supposed to say, all right, let's start on line 7. What's line 7? You know, it's like it's not lined up. All right, we on B. Thank God there's a B. All right, B. Kanye West. I'm reading from the lawsuit here. 7B. Kanye West is manipulative, dangerous, meditative. That sounds so country. Premeditative, sadistic groomer with an explosive temper, especially when he does not get what he wants. Kanye West used his extreme wealth, influence, and power to pursue, among other things, sex, his insatiable sexual gratification, desires and fantasies and sexual exploitation of his victims, including but not limited to the attempted sexual exploitation and ficking of plaintiff, S assault, the constant S harassment and demands of plaintiff. It's like they hadn't stopped. It's like a hailstorm. Power, sexual abuse, insatiable sexual gratification. I mean, and they do go on to give examples. We're going to get to them. His S desires appear to have little boundaries, and he used and uses Yeezy apparel, footwear, construction, etc., as the vehicles and the conduits to pursue and satisfy his unusual fantasies and delusional desires. Further, he used the money created by him and these entities to fund his obsessive, compulsive, sexually dominated and driven behavior. Employees of his Yeezy related companies were not off limits, but instead were often the targets and ultimately victims. Okay, so with his employees, they weren't off limits, girl. No, 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 no. Actually, they were targeted, according to this lawsuit. And ultimately, they became the victims that he frequently pursued and exploited. Kanye West preyed on and had S relations with many Yeezy employees and Yeezy employee hopefuls. Okay, so this is starting to remind me of some of the allegations that were made against Diddy by English. What was her last name? I think I don't remember who it was. Sorry, I actually don't remember who it was. But somebody said that her boyfriend was modeling for Sean John, and he got the job on the contention that she would go and work as a shot girl or whatever, bottle girl or atmosphere girl at a Diddy party, at a white party. So like it looks like, people who want to work for Kanye are also being targeted according to the allegations of this particular person. Defendant would use, that's Kanye, would use his companies and the employment and the hope and the possibility of employment with Yeezy as a means to get what he wanted from the women he targeted. When it came to Kanye West's uncontrollable desires, he was relentless, it says. Kanye would often use a potential, quote, job opportunity as a facade to begin to condition and get the targets of his choice to travel to meet him. Okay, so these are similar allegations. And again, these are allegations, means it's something somebody is saying happened, but we don't know if it's true or false. An allegation, and that's why everybody says allegedly. It just means that someone somewhere has alleged this, but we don't know if it's true. And I have to keep making these disclaimers because they coming after Piers Morgan, and they coming, and they're not gonna be coming after me, because I'm gonna make it continuously very, very clear over and over. And I'm so sorry to y'all if it becomes tedious. I promise it's tedious for me to say it too. I'm not saying it for fun or my own health. Okay. I'm trying not to get sued. Okay. I mean, people will sue you anyway, but I win lawsuits for a reason, and it's because I keep making these disclaimers. I'm just saying this because I know it's aggravating, but I do have to say it. All right. So it's saying that he would, according to these allegations, he would actually use the hope of employment to target people, to say, oh, come do this sexual, party, or let me take pictures of you or whatever. Often using a potential, quote, job opportunity as a facade. That means fake. The root is FAC, the same as fake and faux. Okay, fake. To begin, also face, like on the front of, like a front, right? To begin to condition and get the targets to travel to meet him in person, so he could be in close enough proximity to these targets to attempt to get what he wanted from them. This also reminds me, if you were around during the Mr. Beast stuff, Remember somebody alleged this, Moschino alleged this about Ava Chris Tyson, that it was like there was actually never actually a role for a job or anything. It was all just fake to get this person to go. Again, allegations. I wasn't there. I wasn't there. Okay. C. Indeed, Kanye West, yay, regularly had S relations at the Yeezy offices. Okay, hello. Do you see this? Allegation that Kanye regularly had S relations at the Yeezy offices with both employees and a rotating list of guests alike. Y'all seen this? Whoo, y'all. I don't know if it's true. Regularly had relations at the offices with employees and a rotating list of guests. It sounds like he needs to get that under control. It was if true, I don't know, I wasn't there. It was commonly known by guests and certainly employees of Yeezy. It was commonly known, y'all, that a makeshift, quote, bedroom was often required by Kanye in his place of work. A makeshift bedroom was required where Kanye West was working. This sounds like an addiction. This sounds like something that you can't get through your day without it. Oh, man. The employees were ordered by Kanye to construct these bedrooms, which consisted of a mattress on the floor, pillows, and a blanket in a private room or closet. This is pathetic, if true. The employees, the allegation in the lawsuit is that these employees were made to put together a little fake bedroom, little makeshift bedroom with a mattress on the floor and pillows. I noticed no covers was in there. Oh, a blanket. Yep, a blanket. This is gross. This is sick. It feels like it's controlling the person's life if it's true. You know what I mean? Was not limited. These exploits, it goes on to say, were not limited to his office bedroom. It says defendant, that's Kanye, also took full advantage of the employee bathrooms and the Yeezy design department changing rooms. So they were in the bathrooms, they were in the changing rooms, they were in the makeshift bedroom. That's what we're being told here. And this is at the Yeezy LLC Gap shared office in Hollywood. At the Gap office, the one where it's like Yeezy Gap. He took full advantage of the bathrooms and the changing rooms to defile the employees and other targets of his choice. The offices were simply used as Kanye West's sexual playground. It made Kanye feel powerful and secure, knowing his bedroom, it put bedroom in quotes, employee bathrooms and changing rooms were available to him for his use. It is gross. I had to stop reading this lawsuit 2 different separate times. Like I was reading and reading. I was like, I just can't keep reading. It's just so nasty. Ugh. If true, they could be lying. I wasn't there. Really wasn't there, but I'll tell you this. I wouldn't be surprised to find out it's true. I'll tell you that. I won't be surprised if it's true. But could not be true. I don't know. I wasn't there. It made him feel powerful, knowing, like that, for example, right? It made Kanye West feel powerful and secure, knowing his bedroom was available to him for use or whatever, right? Well, if I'm Kanye's lawyer, I'm going to say at the very extreme best is hearsay, but there's no way you could know how my client felt. So you have to strike that from the lawsuit or whatever, right? Like on evidentiary grounds. He goes on to say, the ability to satisfy his sexual cravings and animalistic urges at a moment's notice was required by and essential to Kanye. Okay. So something that was required by Kanye as a boss, something required by Kanye and essential to him was, quote, the ability to satisfy his sexual cravings and animalistic urges at a moment's notice. That was required. It goes on to say, Kanye, aka Ye, would frequently engage in S in his office bedroom, employee bathrooms, and changing rooms during work hours and or when they had company related events. So even during a company related event, a listening party or whatever, he's going in the bathroom, he's going in his bedroom, he's going in a changing room. It sounds nasty. These bedrooms, they're putting bedrooms in quotes. These bedrooms, bathrooms, and changing rooms were used by Kanye West, and they were where he engaged in S intercourse and or received oral you-know-what from women that attended work and social events or women that Kanye West, quote, paid and ficked. Okay. So if you got your notebook out and you got your and you're in the section of who is the victim, alleged victims. Well, women that attended the work or social events and women that Kanye West, quote, paid and ficked. Okay. That's one thing too I want y'all to keep in mind. Somebody can be paid money for something they did, but it could still be a victim of ficking if certain elements apply. That's not to say everyone is. But I think a lot of people think, oh, well, she was a, we'll say for the purposes of the YouTube channel, lady of the night worker. So there's no way she could have been being ficked. And it's like, well, actually, yeah, there's many ways. I think you may hear some. But like, for example, someone's locked in a room against their will. But we do have here, I just want to stop and take stock here that there's an allegation on the books under penalty of perjury filed in a court of law or a court of civil that Kanye West is paying an illiterate, quote, trafficked. Let's read further. Beginning on an afternoon in August of 2022 at the Yeezy Gap office in Hollywood, Kanye consumed Hennessy and Diet Coke in excess. This was a regular habit of Kanye while working on his Yeezy sunglasses campaign. Those are ugly. Sorry, no offense if Kanye watches this. I mean, beauty in the eye of the beholder, but they ugly. During Kanye West's time at the office on that same day, so he's drunk on Henny. He's drinking Diet Coke and Hennessy, allegedly. And so what? That's not illegal, I don't think. I don't know. Maybe it is, girl. I don't know. He's there at the office. He's designing his sunglasses. And on the same day, in between some photo shoots, Kanye took a brief recess to consume more Hennessy, play music, hang out with his friends. And this part where it goes a little south, and instruct Bianca Censori and other visiting female guests who were present for the creative meetings and photo shoots to perform oral, you-know-what, on him and his male guests. Okay, so hold on a second. Okay, so Kanye's drunk. They're doing the photo shoots. He took a brief recess, so he took a break to drink more, play music, hang out with his friends, and tell Bianca Censori, I don't know, was she his wife in August 2022? She became his wife to perform a certain sexual act on not only him, but his male guests inside office changing rooms. This is like, what in the romper room free for all hell is this? In true quote, in true Kanye West fashion, he promptly boasted to plaintiff. Plaintiff is the girl suing him, right? His assistant, former assistant. She's suing him. According to her, Kanye came back and boasted to her about this rendezvous, this escapade. He revealed unwanted details to plaintiff about the experience, and he ordered his female guests to the unwanted details to plaintiff about the experience. He ordered his female guests to provide, right? The experience that was forced, the forced experience, the experience he ordered his female guests to provide for his male guests in the office changing rooms as well. Okay, they're about to go in again. Kanye West is a controlling, manipulative abuser. Quote, and his inactions, creative projects, business dealings, and generally most, if not all, of his human interactions are motivated by the relentless pursuit of his insatiable sexual fantasies and desires. So they're saying, like, literally everything he does in his whole life, everything, his actions, his inactions, his creative projects, his business dealings, and generally most, if not all, of his human interactions are motivated by one thing. Everything he does is motivated by one thing, and that is the relentless, quote, pursuit of his insatiable sexual fantasies and desires. His calculated scheme centers on him obtaining and seizing power at every opportunity, and him controlling, or at a minimum trying to control, nearly all details of every human interaction. These are some heavy allegations, y'all. I mean, everything he does in his whole life is just to get his you know what wet, and he's controlling, abusive. What else they saying? Power hungry. And he is trying to control nearly all details of every human interaction. He used his influence and power to secure lucrative business dealings, contracts, relationships with, among others, Adidas and Gap. He hatched a scheme to lure and ultimately women from outside the United States for his sexual pleasure. And as a result of his relationships, contracts, business dealings with those corporate entities, he learned that the same, like all these entities, all these businesses and everything, were, quote, well versed in using the work visa process to bring, quote, talent from foreign countries to the United States. Okay. So the talent is what is being implied here in the lawsuit, and it's going to later be explicitly stated. They're trafficking women by saying that they have a gig for them to do. They have a modeling job, a music video for them to do, etc. Right? Yeah, I had the same feeling. Oshi Fish says, after seeing his behind hanging out on that boat and all the bondage gear he made his wife wear in public, it is creepy. Art is subjective. That's why I said it. But to me, I thought them sunglasses was ugly. Okay. My opinion. Well, I'd think it. Okay. They're using the work visa process to bring the talent over. Okay. Let's see what happens when they come over. Once Kanye West decided he wanted to pursue relations with a particular woman or women who were not already employees of Yeezy, or they were not otherwise in the United States, he turned to his playbook and instructed the following to take place. Okay, so first he would try to like see if it was one of his employees or something, or see if he could hire them, or if they're in the US. When that didn't work, here was his game plan. Step 1. He engaged legal counsel, so he got a lawyer, and or called upon the legal departments of his affiliates, partners. So they're saying like Adidas. He would call up to the legal department at Adidas. He would call up to Gap Legal, right? That's what they're trying to tell me happened. Partners or otherwise business entities that were more familiar with the visa process and obtaining workers from outside the United States to assure specific women from foreign countries could be brought to the United States and stay for an extended period of time, or for as long as Kanye desired, for and sexual relations with him. And this just makes me remember, wasn't it exactly the same way how Donald Trump met Melania? Didn't he like literally pick her out of a catalog and say, get her over here? Just asking. I know y'all like him, but I'm just asking. Anyway, so that's what he was doing. He would get a lawyer or, the legal department somewhere to basically get some type of work visa, like figure out a way to get her over here on a visa. Then once she would get over here, according to this lawsuit, he would keep her here as long as he wanted to have the sexual relations. These women and employees would be given some obscure job title at Yeezy. This sounds like the Vince McMahon company lawsuit. Remember Vince McMahon, the owner of the World Wrestling, whatever? He's being sued for a similar thing. And it was like he gave this woman like a job title out of nowhere, like a job didn't even exist or something. Once in the United States, this lawsuit says, Kanye would arrange for dates to have relations with the newest and latest Yeezy employee. And regardless, this is just step 2. Regardless if the women were secured from foreign countries, he would call upon his lawyers and team to prepare specialized NDAs for them to sign. The NDAs were to be signed before Kanye went on the date and had the relations with the women. So this is telling us, if we are to believe this is true, this is telling us that Kanye wouldn't even go on the date or have the relation with the person unless they would sign the NDA. So that makes me think, I mean, ain't no way his own wife didn't sign an NDA or whatever right before anything. Oh, yeah, no, I know. A lot of these people are already modeling before they knew people. That's my point. Model. See how they're putting a model? I'll tell y'all one thing about this girl, this plaintiff. I don't know who, I wasn't there. She could be telling the truth. If she is telling the truth, my heart does go out to her. It's very messed up that she would have had to go through this stuff. But whenever I was trying to look for a picture, a simple one picture to simply use as the thumbnail photograph for the thumbnail image that y'all clicked on, I had to go through dozens to find one that I felt, I mean, it's still, I mean, pretty risque, but like, it was like, there's really literally not a picture that I could find. Like, I don't know, maybe they wiped them. Maybe they're trying to make her look bad. I don't know. I don't like her either. Look, hold on. Don't get it twisted because I know I might got some new people in here. I'm no fan of this one either. That cackling buffoon. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. No. Okay, moving on. Back to this lawsuit. Okay. So they're signing NDAs. It said often the scheme involved foreigners becoming, quote, employees of Yeezy. While or one of these other companies, the footwear, apparel, construction. He took steps to keep the victims of his trafficking and exploitation quiet by use of NDAs, money, employment, and or promises of future employment. He was brazenly open with plaintiff and other Yeezy employees, bragging, boasting, and describing his encounters, sexual thoughts, desires, fantasies, conquests, and S-life. He would almost always accompany his inappropriate information and grotesque details of his S-life with videos he filmed and photos he took himself. Girl. So she's saying every time he was talking about this crap, almost every time, he would accompany the inappropriate information with the video proof. Various men and women to make sure plaintiff and the employees and everybody else at Yeezy got the full picture. They go on to say, as we're going to get into the details later, Kanye constantly and openly talked about S and his pursuit, obsession, attraction for, and twisted sexual fantasies involving himself and plaintiff as well as others. He often spoke of and shared in great detail that he fantasized about plaintiff when he was having relations with other women, and that his ultimate wish would be to have plaintiff join him and a partner of his choice during a escapade. Now, what follows next is what is purporting to be a text message. Now, interestingly, they don't put a picture of the text message. It's just typed out, just for, full context. It says on June 10th, 2022, at 4:55 p.m., Kanye sent plaintiff the following text, quote, "I kept thinking about you." Hold on, I'm trying to make it bigger. Hold on. It doesn't get bigger. Okay, hold on. I wanted to make it like full screen so y'all could see it. Whatever. Okay. On June 10th, 2022, okay, got it out. Kept thinking about you when I was bleep last night. The ultimate wish you were here. I need way longer hug now. And on another occasion, Kanye texted plaintiff at 2 p.m. and then about a minute later, right? 1:57 and then 1:58. I was watching this not safe for work video that reminded me of you. You are so fire. Feel like it's not bad to remind you. Do you want to see the video? LOL, just kidding. Unless you want to see it. Ha ha. I'ma send it. Too late. Okay, so this is allegedly supposed to be Kanye. Quotes from texts. It says he frequently talked about and shared his fetish and unusual desire to be cheated on and or humiliated and hurt by his partners so that he could watch it sounds like Adam Grandmason or one of them. And so he could watch or be told exact details of the encounter, including but not limited to the, size of the male participants and the women's reaction to the male participants, size, their private parts. Which Kanye proudly revealed via text message to plaintiff on May 9th, 2022. That was his favorite part of Not Safe for Work movie content. Besides defendant's obsession with the S life and private part size of the partners of the Yeezy, look how they spelled Yeezy wrong, Yeezy, employees, plaintiff and his other female targets. Okay, so the girl suing and the other female targets, Oh, I see. Okay, so besides his obsession with those people's S life and the, size of the people they had been with, that was one obsession. Besides that, he also counted the obsession and desire to have relations with the mothers, apostrophe does not go there, with the mothers, and it's not capital either, with the mothers of the women he targeted. He had an obsession and a desire to have relations with the mothers of the women he was having relations with. That was one of his kinks, allegedly, according to this lawsuit. He would often boast and send videos, photos, and screenshots of conversations he had with the partners to show off to plaintiff when he had when he had a new fantasy on his mind, or when he had accomplished one of his obscure fantasies or conquests, as he thought women were and should be impressed and or swayed by his imaginative and disgusting exploits. Okay. So she's saying he would brag, he would show pictures, he would talk about all his fantasies. He would ask us, she said he would ask us around the office what, people we had been with and stuff like that. She said it was just freaking ridiculous. And it was strange because it almost seemed like he thought that like we were impressed and we were not. Let me get to these starred. Thank you. Alchime for the £2. Thank you, Regina, for the $1 super chat. Thank you, TB. Which curry do I want? Which curry do I want from the Thai place? You're funny for that. Hold on. Let me tell. Please. Did you already get it? Oh my God, that's gonna be so good. Now I'm hungry. Did y'all see the Wayback Machine was like pretty much it's gone now? hacked or whatever. It's crazy. I'm starting to think this too, Kiki. Right, right. Model what? Girl, she wasn't modeling nothing. She was naked. Yes, she does. Yes, she does. Yes, she does. Okay, all right, moving on. On September 13th, 2022, so this is 2022, 2 years ago, Kanye texted plaintiff to discuss a young brunette A-list fashion model he had set his sights on and who he was determined to have relations with, therefore requesting that she model for his Yeezy sunglasses campaign. Let me look up who was in the Yeezy sunglasses campaign. Yeezy, because it's like, y'all know I'm nosy. Who was it? Do y'all know? It might be somebody I never heard of. I mean, it does look like Kim is modeling. I don't know. Y'all tell me. Okay. So he texted his assistant. Oh, now this is starting to make sense why she's suing now. Okay, look, listen. I just want to keep open the possibility that she's almost kind of admitting to aiding and abetting a little bit. Like the argument could be made, right? Like texted plaintiff to discuss a young brunette A-list fashion model that he set his sights on, requesting she model for the Yeezy sunglasses campaign. So she would actually go and get and pick the people up. She would go find them and pick them out. And I mean, I'm just wondering. Requesting unsuspecting women to model for or be a part of his creative projects, extending invitations to women, including plaintiff, to come and listen to an album he was currently working on, was one of his primary go-to moves that allowed him to get into close enough proximity to his targets to execute his plans for them. So what you're telling me right now, Miss Girl, is that you worked for him from 2015 to at least 2022. You didn't sue him until you got fired. And you actually went and got people. Is so and so better for me than so and so fashion model? How do I tell her I need to F her mom bad? So you're admitting in this lawsuit that you would actually go and you said these women were unsuspecting, but why were they unsuspecting, Miss Girl, Lauren? Why were the women unsuspecting? I'm so sorry. Two things can be true at once. She could have been targeted. She could have been abused. But she's telling me right here, right now, in her own lawsuit complaint, that these women were unsuspecting, the women that she was tasked with bringing to these photo shoots. So why were they unsuspecting? Why shouldn't tell them? Why shouldn't tell them? I'm just waiting for an answer. Few things can be true at once. I mean, that's all I'm saying. Requesting unsuspecting women to model. It was one of his primary go-to moves. But this girl worked for him, with him, from at least 2015 through 2022. In the same conversation, Kanye revealed his fantasy of wanting to have relations with the mothers of the women he desired, and in this instance, more specifically, the mother of the young brunette A-list fashion model he had his eyes on. Then on September 28th, 2022, Kanye boasted to plaintiff about an actual conversation between him and Bianca Censori. Okay, so I don't know if they were married or not yet at this point. But it does say, Bianca, that's his now wife. So he was boasting to his assistant, the lady that's now suing, about a conversation he had with Bianca, where he proclaimed he wanted to have relations with her mother, who was visiting in LA from Australia. Kanye then proudly sent plaintiff, that's Lauren, this girl suing, a screenshot of the text conversation he was having with Bianca. So Kanye is sending text message screenshots to his assistant. And it's text message screenshots between him and Bianca. And somebody asked earlier, is this why they're divorcing? And I mean, I couldn't imagine. I could imagine it could be because maybe, you know, this Lauren girl spilled the beans. The screenshot had apparently said, I want to, you know what, your mom before she leaves. After Kanye shared the screenshot of the text conversation he was having with Bianca, he then texted again and follow up and said, just took the toxicities up a level. I mean, like, I won't be particularly surprised to find out Kanye West was saying this. He then immediately asked Lauren, the lady suing, if he should send the following text message to Bianca after he previously said he wanted to have relations with her mother. Should I add, I want you to watch me with your mom? Oh my God, this is so depraved. Kanye concluded the conversation with Lauren, the plaintiff, the lady suing, whereby proudly sharing how Bianca, who was actually not his wife during this time, rather his on-call party participant employee on work visa from Australia. Ooh, that's a hint. Hint, hint. He concluded the conversation during this time, proudly sharing how Bianca was not his wife during this time. Rather, she was his on-call party participant on work visa from Australia. Responded to his vulgar text about wanting to have relations with her mother. Engaging with Kanye West in this manner as his employee was a way insisted upon and required. So it was insisted upon and required. So now she's trying, in my opinion, she's trying to get some blame off her back. Like truly, literally. I'm wondering, because she's saying, look, engaging with Kanye in this manner was in a way insisted upon and required for Bianca Censori and many others to ensure further Yeezy employment. Okay, so if you want to keep your job, you have to do this. Right. And the work visas, right? Like getting a work visa from your employer is a really big deal. It's a really big deal. And so when your employer is willing to provide it, you know, it's like it only goes in through that employer. It doesn't go to, not all work visas travel to any employer. It's like that employer has to say they have a job for you. So it's really serious that he had her on a work visa from Australia and he's saying this kind of stuff. If it's true, I don't know. I was not there. I did not see any screenshots. All I'm seeing is what they typed. So then there's more texts. He would openly share. Hold on one second. Let me send a text real quick. Okay. Sorry. Had to send a text. Okay. It said he would openly share pornographic videos and images with his employees, executives, creatives, and potential business partners, among others. These not safe for work videos and images that he showed around the office during meetings originated from both the internet and his own vast personal collection of authorized as well as unauthorized videos and images that he had collected and recorded during his conquests of the different women from his past and present. Okay. So he would share pornographic videos, images. He would get some of them from the internet. Some of them would be his own that he made himself. And then of those, some of them were seemingly like secret tapes, you know, like hashtag Diddy tape style. It says it would be with different women from his past and present. I'm wondering, I mean, who? He loved to overshare. He loved to talk about and describe every minuscule detail of his sexual fantasies, conquests, and romps, and required his employees and plaintiff to listen without interruption. He loved to share the details of his kinks and fetishes and his collection of video and photographic evidence of his encounters and conquests. He also loved to share and regularly offered up his sexual partners, employees, and the women he ficked as, quote, gifts to his friends and colleagues. So she's saying not only was he sharing photographs, but it's almost as if it was like kind of like a advertisement, because it says love to share and regularly, quote, offered up his partners, employees, and the women he picked as gifts to his friends and colleagues. I feel like this is going to be like a Lil Rod style lawsuit somehow. I feel like Kanye might be going down too, because they're really laying every single thing down here. I mean, it's like she's on a work visa. He's sending her these texts. She ends up being his wife. Wow. June 2022, Kanye sent a series of texts. Oh, yeah, to this lady, to the lady suing, in which he boasted about and shared the photos of a specific woman he was giving, oh my God, to his friend as a gift. And this is also reminding me of that Vince McMahon lawsuit. It's reminding me of that Vince McMahon lawsuit where he was like get people as gifts, like trying to. Oh, and Donald Trump is friends with Vince McMahon. Like, y'all need to wake up and look around, please. Sent plaintiff a series of texts in which defendant Kanye West boasted about and shared the photos of a specific woman he was going to give to his friend as a gift. In Kanye's exact words, this particular woman was a, quote, gift straight from Russia that he was giving to his friend. Kanye believed in the gesture of gifting women to his friends and colleagues as a way to impress them and make him look and feel cool among his peers. Defendants, that's like Kanye and the businesses, also gave women as gifts to potentially have the upper hand in certain business dealings and scenarios. Okay, so they're just laying out why his motivations were for doing this gift giving of women to his friends. And one of the reasons they're saying is because he would do it to get the upper hand in certain business dealings and scenarios. This sort of this sort of repugnant, sexually transactional behavior, and most behaviors that Kanye West enjoyed and exhibited were very much habitual. In fact, he took to his revolting and repetitive behaviors so much so that he did not limit his gifting of humans to the women he ficked. He also attempted to gift plaintiff to his friends and colleagues as well. So not only was he like literally having women shipped into the country, according to these allegations, literally having women shipped into the country for this reason, but also just his employees, he would try to gift us too. Hmm. Could be, could be. Some of y'all are saying this might all be rumors. This might all be fake. Could be. I certainly wasn't there. I don't know. It goes on to say oh my God, my nose is just so bad. On one such occasion, on a February afternoon in 2022 in downtown LA, at the members only club and hotel, Soho Warehouse, Kanye propositioned his A-list celebrity male guest, and it says name withheld. They're not telling us who it is, who joined defendant for a music studio session. So who knows where Kanye was and with whom February 2022 in LA, Soho Warehouse, A-list celebrity male who had joined Kanye for a music studio session. Somebody put it. Unbeknownst to plaintiff, sometime during the studio session. So plaintiff is Lauren, the girl suing, unbeknownst to her. Sometime during the studio session, Kanye offered his A-list celebrity male guest the quote gift of having relations with plaintiff, the girl suing. But Kanye wanted something in exchange for the gift that he was offering. So he's talking to this A-list celebrity friend, whatever, and he's like, "Hey, see my hot assistant? You can have relations with her, but I got to get something in return." That's what's being alleged here. Oh my God, stop. Are you serious? Kitten is saying Marilyn Manson. Oh no. I know. I remember him saying he was starting his own corn site, and I bet it's from these videos if they true. Is Kyle Marissa Roth in my web? No. Who's that? Roth? Thank you for the $2 super chat. Is it an I? Demelza, thank you. No, I don't know who Kyle Marissa Roth is at all. Okay. I mean, that's what I'm saying. Well, Kitten was saying Kitten was saying Kanye that it was that the A-list celebrity male guest name withheld is Marilyn Manson. I don't know. We'd have to look it up. Okay. Unbeknownst to plaintiff, sometime during. Okay, so we already got that part. All right. However, Kanye wanted something in exchange, right? Kanye made it clear that day that he wanted to have relations right then and there with his A-list celebrity male guest girlfriend, name withheld. Okay, so I don't know who okay, so they're kind of confusing how they're writing this, okay? But they're all at lunch. Who's at lunch? Kanye, his assistant, who's now suing him, an A-list celebrity guest, right? A-list celebrity that was doing music with Kanye that day, and he was dating someone. Kanye made it known right then and there that day. Kanye told his A-list celebrity guest, "I want to have relations with your girlfriend." What is this? This is weird. Yeah, I mean, it sounds like that to me too. Well, Stephanie, I might be on the I might be on that thought train, but guess what? They keep blurring out all these celebrities' names and saying celebrities' names and saying name withheld, name withheld. There's one celebrity's name they don't withhold in this document, and guess who it is? Jay-Z. We'll get to it. I know. Who can pay hackers to put it back up? That's my question. Don't do hacking, please. That's not a serious offer. I was just joking. It was hyperbole. I'm joking. Okay. Okay. In Kanye's attempts to persuade his A-list celebrity male guest into accepting his proposition for having S with plaintiff as a gift so that he could then get what he wanted, he told, oh my God, this is so gross. Oh. He told the celebrity guest that a compliment about the lady's private parts, insinuating he had previously had relations with her. The guest declined to act on Kanye's secret proposition. When the music studio session ended, Kanye, the guest, quietly and privately pulled Lauren aside as she had been working in a different area within Soho warehouse during the studio session. So he pulls her aside, this secret, unnamed, redacted celebrity guest, to tell her, to warn her. He secretly pulls her aside to warn her of Kanye's proposed vile proposition. And he told her in great detail. That A-list celebrity male guest explained to the girl suing now that Kanye offered her up as a gift in exchange for being able to have relations with his girlfriend. He said this was the first time She says this is the first time that she learned that Kanye was offering her up as a gift to be violated and assaulted against her will by various men. Kanye had relations with many other women that were not employees of Yeezy or a related company. Often, in such instances, because of his insatiable needs, he would provide travel, send lavish gifts, and wire money to cover living arrangements for the women. The lavish gifts, including but not limited to Hermes Birkin bags, expensive cars, luxury watches, and these were paid for with funds from Yeezy bank accounts. Okay. So she's saying, all right. So in the times where he didn't have readily have access to these people, like it's his friends, girlfriends, or whatever, or his employees, he would fly these girls in and he would spend a lot of money on it, like travel, gifts, money, wiring, money, living arrangements, Birkin bags, cars he would send to women. Monies often wired to cover apartments, Airbnbs, luxury hotels, likewise came from Yeezy bank accounts. In terms of paying for exactly what he wanted, he was open and very vocal about his love for, S workers and his willingness to pay for relations with the women he desired. He did not shy away from paying to have his needs met, and oftentimes preferred it that way. So she's saying he didn't mind bragging. He didn't mind telling you that he would pay. Didn't mind. And oftentimes he would say, yeah, I prefer it that way. He texted Lauren one day, the girl suing, to vent and express his disappointment in lack of communication from a certain female A-list celebrity. And again, they're withholding her name. They're not telling us, but this is a different A-list celebrity. This is a female this time. He was disappointed because he wanted to be with her. He wanted to have relations with her. I'm too literal for normal dating. I need to stick to tricking on S workers. I'm paying an S worker to keep me company while I digest losing my family. One of the many examples in which he paid for relations and then proudly boasted about it to plaintiff occurred in July 2022. On July 27, 2022, Kanye requested plaintiff relay to his accountant. Okay, this part I got highlighted. Why? Who was Diddy's accountant? Y'all remember? Y'all remember who's Diddy's accountant? That'd be Lou Taylor from TriStar Sports and Entertainment. Do you remember who is Kylie Cosmetics accountant? That'd be Lou Taylor from TriStar Sports and Entertainment. Do you remember who is Kris Jenner's accountant? That'd be Lou Taylor from TriStar Sports and Entertainment. Do you remember who was wiring money to S workers for Diddy? That'd be according to the Little Rod lawsuit. That'd be Robin Greenhill from TriStar Sports Entertainment. Okay. So I'm just wondering who's this accountant, right? Kanye requested plaintiff to relay to his accountant. So Kanye calls up Lauren. Lauren calls up the accountant. I want to send $50,000, $50,000 each to two women, 100,000. One was traveling from New York on a flight paid for by Kanye. And that afternoon, he would be meeting with her. Approximately 7 hours before he was expected to meet with the woman, this allegation from New York for SEX, right? Approximately 7 hours before he was expected to meet with her. He sent the following text message to his assistant, who's now suing him. Put $50,000 in the bank account and in another bank account. The plaintiff says, she immediately made Kanye's accountant aware of the requests. And so the accountant did exactly as okay, so we got a female accountant. That tells us something, huh? Anybody else on YouTube notice this yet, or it's just me? I don't know. I mean, it could be anybody. Like, just because you are a female accountant doesn't mean you're Robin Greenhill or Lou Taylor, does it? I mean, not necessarily, but it's like, she's kind of very, very closely connected within just a couple degrees of separation. And it's like these allegations are starting to sound really ever so similar to the Diddy ones. I can't help but wonder. I just can't help but wonder. Y'all see what I'm saying? I'm just saying. Leaf said, I just know 50 Cent has been cackling nonstop for weeks. I know. I listen. I wouldn't be surprised. Y'all, I'm telling you. I made a video months ago called like Poopy Gate or something like that. And it was like right when that like you think you're not even a foot or whatever stupid degenerate song came out. And it was just too much poop. It's just too much poop. And it's like there was poop particles or whatever, like fecalis, like fecal bacteria in Kim Porter's bloodstream, but no like other lung well, I don't know. There was a lung infection at that point, but like I know for a fact these people are shitting all over the place and smearing it. I just know they are. I know that's what's going on. I don't know if it's any of the people I just specifically enumerated. When I say these people, I specifically just mean the freak off parties. They got some people in there doing poops. They got them. I just feel it. I feel it. And I feel like it's just like Blippy. I was doing the Blippy stuff. If you didn't see my Blippy video, it's on this channel and you should definitely watch it. I know they do. I know they've been doing it, y'all. I know they've been doing it. It's nasty. It's very nasty, Nicole. It's grown folks talking in here. It's grown folks talk. It's topics for the grown folks. Yep, Dubai. Yep. It's very nasty. It's very gross. No, I'm telling you, that's what it is. Oh, I am a kink shamer when it comes to poo-poo. Oh, yes, baby. Yes, I am. Shame. You should be fucking ashamed. It's depraved. It's nasty. And I'm shaming you. We got to bring shame back a little bit. Y'all have gotten way too shameless. Seriously. What in the fuck do you care if I'm shaming you? You want to smear poo-poo from your partner all over your body and face, Zoki, Zuzu? Please be my guest to do so. But y'all keep that motherfucking nasty ass shit at your house and at your mama's house. Because if it comes out in the open where I am, baby, I'm shaming. Shame on you for thinking I should not be shaming you. Yuck. Yuck. Ew. Ugh. That's how I feel about it. Anyway. Whew. That's nasty. Shame. Yes, I'm shaming. I am kink shaming. Shame on you. Nasty. Nasty. Gross. Yuck. Next time you're about to let your boyfriend drop one on your face, you ought to remember the shame you feel right now. It'll be for your health and your best interest. My God. Whew. It's like y'all's mamas don't tell y'all, and I got to tell you. My God. Whew. Lord. Imagine somebody, it's 2024. We are, you know what, deep in the Kali Yuga. Amen, Jesus. Yes, we are. I rebuke. Woo, Lord have mercy. Woo, Lord have mercy. Oh, Lord, bring it back. I'm crying. Y'all are so nasty. I'm crying. Y'all are so disgusting that I'm crying over it right now. All right. But y'all, not all y'all. Thank you for the $19.99. I mean, I know it's like one person. I'm saying y'all. Whew, I know y'all are on my side with this. Whew. Lord have mercy. I rebuke. I'm late, miss a lot. Thank you for always keeping us updated. Love you, girl. Appreciate you. Thank you, TLD, for the $19.99 super chat. Demelza, Kyle Roth. Okay, thank you for telling me. Roth sounds familiar. Roth. That came up in that CIA when I investigated the CIA. Young blind item TikToker who died? Oh, never heard of it. Please check her out. That's very interesting. Thanks for the $5 super chat. Evangelicals and people of faith. Well, that wouldn't be me. I'm not evangelical. I did grow up evangelical, but I had to leave from that. We need to stand up and state that these preachers and abettors like Lou Taylor Cannot stand under your faith. Yes, listen, y'all, if y'all don't identify, if people are identifying with your thing and you don't include them, you better shout it out. Amen, Jesus. Thank you for the $10 super chat. Looking at Allie Carter. Oh, I've been meaning to. I don't know where to start. I've been meaning to look into it. I gotta get my bearings on that case, but I do. And thank you, L, who has gifted one membership. Whoever got the one membership. Oh my God. Can y'all believe somebody was just now in this? Can y'all believe somebody was just not in this chat trying to make me feel bad for having an opinion about people poo-pooing on each other for fun? That one freaks me out. Okay. I rebuke. Whew. Whew. My Lord. Whew. Like, ugh. It made my eyes water. I'm supposed to feel bad for that? Oh my God. Bring it back. Y'all need to feel some shame. Jesus Christ. I'm telling them, mama. The mamas ain't telling them. They need to tell them. Oh my God. Okay, let's get back to this Kanye. I need a little break for a second. All right. Let's get back. Yeah, seriously. Seriously. It was nasty. It was so nasty. It was so gross. It was so nasty. Oh, the butt cheeks didn't see it as that. Okay, well, I mean, whatever. It was gross. It was very nasty. It was disgusting. It's just nasty. Oh my God, it's so nasty. No. Sure. Blame the billionaires. Blame whoever you want to, girl. Whatever guy, whoever helps y'all sleep at night, because it ain't me. All right, let's go. All right. On July 31st, 2022. Yeah, no, what were we up here? The she accountant. Y'all notice that? Plaintiff made Kanye West accountant aware of the request, so the accountant did exactly as she was told. They're trying to cover up for Robin now or something. I'm just making it up. I don't know that this is Robin truly. For each of the women defendant named to the list, he desired payments and bills for the week. Okay, so the accountant did as she was told. All right, that's what I got from that. Okay, then Kanye himself joined the weekly Zoom. It feels like the accountant is trying to cover up for herself. Okay, the accountant did exactly as she was told. Like, is the accountant having this filed? I'm curious. Because this is one question that I do have, and maybe y'all can put your opinions in the comments below. But tell me this. Is it clear to anyone yet why she amended this lawsuit? Like, why wasn't it just like already? This was just filed a few months ago. So it's like she amended it, and now the amendment has something about the accountant. The accountant just doing what she was told, just following orders. Don't come for the accountant. Like, that's kind of what I'm getting. I don't know. It's just a psychic vision from the Lord, y'all. I don't know. It's just psychic vision. Sometimes they come true. Sometimes they haven't come true yet. You know what I mean? Like, it's kind of like one of those things. This was Kanye West's. Okay, so then he went into a Zoom call with the bank and approved this transactions to these S workers. Okay. After plaintiff asked Kanye where he would like to stay that evening, because at the time Kanye was living out of hotels. At the time, constantly this poor assistant is, having to find places for him to stay. And it's kind of sounding like basically she had Danny Marie's job. If you know, you know. Advised he wanted to stay in Santa Barbara. So that's when he revealed details about this paid sexual encounter. Thank you, Sergio. How do you say that? Sergio. Is that how you say that? Sergio Lopez, thank you for the 99 cents super sticker. Appreciate that. Okay. Oh my God, please just go. Bye. Ew. That's a thing too. Like, I don't like, that's another thing too for me. I'm kind of just like, why? Like, it's kind of turned into like me having an opinion on anything, and just the average American out here having an opinion on anything at all whatsoever is shaming somebody. Like, y'all need to go and learn how to meditate. Okay. You need to do your affirmations. You need to pray to the Lord. I don't know. Go talk to your mama about it. Why in the world do I need to be worrying about some random stranger feeling shame so I can't say my opinion? Don't shame this person. Don't shame that person. It's like, hasn't been stop squawking. hasn't stopped squawking since it tried to make me feel bad that I have an opinion about people poo-pooing on each other for fun. I mean, it's just like, this is so upside down, and this is the Queen's Court. You had to click you had to click and agree before you could comment in this chat that this was a Queen's Court, and this is how you're acting. No. God. Holy Spirit activate. All right. Anyway. There's another depraved text. I can't read it, y'all. I'm not reading that text. Okay. So this is why I think in the headlines and stuff, they've been trying to compare this to like a Diddy party, because it's kind of given like a similar vibe. Paragraph L here. It says Kanye would frequently host his S parties at various luxury hotels, including but not limited to Nobu. And Nobu comes up because that is where the other employee that has sued Kanye, remember I told y'all about that one earlier this time? The other employee that has sued Kanye also mentioned going to Nobu, the hotel, because Kanye was staying in Nobu. And then while he was in there, Kanye, like, did things with himself while they watched like Batman or something. It was weird. Waldorf Astoria comes to my mind because that is where Kanye infamously got so mad that Kim Kardashian met with Meek Mill about prison reform. Remember when he was like rage tweeting that one time? It's like, Kim's been such and such, so and so since she met with Meek at the Waldorf Astoria for prison reform. So Nobu and Waldorf Astoria are already in the Kanye lore. Okay. And now we're being told about this. I don't know how to say this. Isidro. I don't know how to say that. Some ranch in Montecito, California. He would frequently come up with stories and schemes to lure plaintiff and other women to these locations. Kanye would contact plaintiff under the guise of needing something specific. Okay, y'all, here's something else we're learning about. It's called SEX Honey. Okay. SEX Honey. And it is a performance enhancer. Okay. It was a sexual enhancement product that Kanye took and required plaintiff to always have ample supply of on hand for him. Why she have the honey in text message? Like, in quotes. Like, I want to know what this is. What are you talking about? Honey. Is it like illegal? Is it, what are they talking about? Is it baby oil? Is it baby oil bottle? Does it come in a baby oil bottle? That's what I want to know. Does the S honey come in the baby oil bottle? Always wanted to have an ample supply on hand. On one such occasion, on August 2022 afternoon, Kanye called and texted plaintiff to demand that she drive a total round trip of 4 hours to his hotel to hand deliver the required honey. She made him aware that he had already gone through his entire supply of, quote, honey, and she could not locate any additional packs or boxes of the specific type of, quote, honey he was requesting at that particular time. Therefore, plaintiff would not be able to complete the task. Kanye subsequently revealed to plaintiff via text message that his premeditated plan was actually to lure her to his hotel under false pretenses to have the opportunity to take advantage of her, exposing her to that environment in hopes of involving her in his S party. So he later admitted, according to the allegations of this lawsuit, that it was kind of a grooming effort to get her to become more comfortable with the atmosphere and the environment of the freak-off style parties. Prior to this experience, plaintiff had told Kanye many times and on multiple separate occasions that she absolutely did not want to participate in or be exposed to what Kanye did behind closed doors during his private, intimate, and very personal time. So she had told him, apparently, allegedly, she had said many times before, please, I don't want to hear about that. He openly admitted that his true wish and intentional plan was to have plaintiff drive to the ranch, hotel to hand deliver his honey and then make her stay once she walked in on the party that would have already been in session. So there was already going to be a party going on, and he was trying to recruit her to come to the party. This particular party consisted of both males and females, that of which were Yeezy employees, Bianca, right, his future wife, family members of the defendant, and women, the defendant. Family members of the defendant? Hold up. I missed that. Hold up. Family members? Kanye's family members were at the sex party? Oh, Alpitron said FDA laboratory analysis confirmed that X-rated honey for men contains tadalafil, the active ingredient in the FDA-approved prescription drug Cialis used to treat ED. X-rated honey. Well, what in the hell is in it? A said she sounds jealous of Bianca. I want to know his family members. Squid thinks it's the Kardashians. Well, I don't want to make any allegations. I mean, I certainly wasn't there. His corn addiction is genetic. Brings a new mood. No, get out of here. But okay, so it's just a performance enhancer. It's not like a Narichi's. I like food grade honey. Thank you. It's just like a rhino. I don't know what this stuff is. A rhino pill, y'all are saying? Party pill. It's like basically, okay, I see. Okay. Okay, it's like the blue pill. Gotcha. Okay, gotcha. Pharmaceutical grade. Wow. I mean, you learn something new every single day. Who are the family members? That's nasty. I hope that's not true. Family members were at the S party, please. And it says the family members of him. Oh, could that mean it was Corey Gamble and Kris Jenner? I'm just curious. I'm just wondering. And she tells you the date. Like, y'all could probably go look at Getty Images and figure it out. August 2022 in the afternoon. He was at the Ysidro, whatever it is. On August 7th, he sent the following text message to plaintiff. After she couldn't locate any of the honey and therefore would not be physically going to be able to deliver anything. And he says, so this is her. And yeah, I wanted to bring honey and stay, but it didn't work. LOL. What do you want for your birthday? Immediately after that text was sent, Kanye sends plaintiff another text telling her to send him photos of the exact luxury items she would like for her birthday as another attempt to entice plaintiff to accept his advances. So he's like, send me exact texts, send me exact pictures of what you want for your birthday. I'm gonna get you a birthday present. A minute later, he continued to text her to tell her he wanted to hug her. The term and act of a hug was actually slang for when Kanye would touch, hold, grope plaintiff or other female Yeezy employees and others for an extended period of time, that he considered to be an acceptable, inventive, and discreet approach to inappropriately touch and feel women's bodies in the workplace and in general. So he'd be like, okay, I want a hug. But, I mean, everybody knows that, like, creepy creep being like, come give me a hug. And it's like, no, I'm definitely not doing that. Oh, what about look up Kanye and Bianca. Thank for $2 super chat. Kanye and B kicked out LA Marriott for nudity. Okay. I'll look that up. Okay. I do remember this. I mean, I remember the boat. I remember the boat thing. Okay, but the LA Marriott. Let me go Los Angeles. Banned from many you what? Oh, this is in another language. Let me try and translate it. Marca. Okay, hold on. Let me bring this article up. This is an interesting tidbit. Cassia, thank you for the $2 super chat. So Cassia said, look up Kanye and B kicked out of LA Marriott for nudity. And wow, this is so sick. It is not good. This right here is really what's got me. This right here is what's got me kind of feeling like some of this stuff might be true. Cause it doesn't look like I've seen people strutting, she never looks like she's strutting. She looks like she's always looking like she's trying to cover herself up. Kanye and Bianca banned from many US restaurants for their extravagant outfits. I mean, where's the outfit, girl? She forgot to put it on, ma'am. There's no outfit. This is underclothes. In the midst of 2024, it seems a bit complicated to deny entry to any citizen for their extravagance when it comes to dress, but in LA, they've had enough. Specifically of Kanye and Bianca. Many restaurant owners want to veto the couple for excessive nudity in their outfits. The people in charge are tired of Bianca's way of dressing and have made known their intention to ban her from the premises. And that's a sad thing too, is that I feel like I mean, I feel like he kind of puts her up to doing these outfits and she's the one that's taking the hit for it, right? Like, oh, they don't like her outfits. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I feel like it's really she could be willingly doing it too. But in my opinion, just from my instinct, like my download from the mothership is she partially does do it willingly and she partially feels extremely uncomfortable with it. That's my I don't know who's Green Girl. Never heard of her. I'm sure she does more than that, but y'all need to relax in what y'all are saying. No, Jordan, I mean, I'm not disagreeing she's in on it. I think she probably also helps get people to come in and do stuff because that's less work for her she's gonna have to do. I mean, I'm sure she's in on it in some way, but I mean, yeah, I mean, the girl, I can't even read the article. I can't even read y'all the article. Some restaurants will deny entry to her. If they do not, they'll be forced to deny entry. If I'm the owner of any establishment they want to enter, I'm telling them that out of respect for my customers, they're not allowed in. Yeah, you can't sit naked in my restaurant, for the love of God, please. And the thing is, she looks so much like Kim Kardashian. She looks like Kim Kardashian and Doja Cat combined. Doesn't she? Look at her. Keeping up with the clowns. It's all roads. All roads leads to clowns. I think she's down for kink stuff too, but that's why I said earlier, Mar, that somebody can be getting paid and be in on it and still end up being a victimized. And a lot of times it's because the slope's real slippery. You might start off doing it 1-2 times and yeah, this is fine. It's a kink. And then not feel like you could say no after that. There's lots of things that could be going on. Lots of things can be true at once. My point, yeah, she looks totally out of it. Okay, let me bring back up this lawsuit. Oh, that was just restaurants. I wanted to look up the hotel. I don't see that they were kicked out of the Marriott. I would need the specific link, I think. Okay. Back to the lawsuit. He would be using this hug as a pretense. I want a hug, but I want you at me and name withheld wedding. Okay, so I want you at me and so-and-so's wedding. I got the best problems. I mean, well, the only person he, married recently, I guess, is Bianca, but why would she withhold her name here and not withhold her name anywhere else? Kanye texted plaintiff names of some of the men and women who would be okay. So then at 6:07 p.m. that night, Kanye texted Lauren some of the names of the men and women who would be at his, you know what, his Kanye party. Had plaintiff shown up to deliver his honey as one last attempt to impress her and persuade her to join in, which she did not. So he's like, me, so and so, this person, that person, this other person, we all at the ranch. Lauren had often had to field multiple requests and invitations made by Kanye to participate in his S parties, turning him down or evading his plans he had for her. Um, so she's had to turn him down and evade his plans to attend these weirdo parties. Um, yeah, what Monica said. Plaintiff often had to field requests and turn down the requests for these parties, evading the plans he had. Evading his plans that he had made for her. Depending on his rapidly changing mood, after plaintiff would decline his advances or his contrived quote plans, she would either be met with offers of luxurious and expensive gifts in an additional effort to persuade and incentivize her. Or on the extreme other hand, Kanye would display intense anger or frustration. Okay, so when she would say no, Kanye would either throw a temper tantrum or he would try to lure her, be like, "Oh, what you want to? What do you want? You want a Birkin? You want a Mercedes? What do you want? What do you want?" When he was angry, he would give plaintiff additional difficult or impossible tasks or make requests at absurd hours as a form of punishment, manipulation, and ultimately attempting to groom plaintiff to give in to his ongoing demands. Okay, so he would punish her if she would say no. However, plaintiff's pushback and unwillingness did not deter Kanye from his continued attempts at advances toward her. He would not take no for an answer from plaintiff. Instead, he would just adjust his approach and continue his attempts, as he did in most situations when he did not ultimately get what he wanted. Defendant Kanye West's latest fantasy and new strategy was to coax plaintiff into being present as a spectator of his sexual encounters in hopes she would then participate in them. Kanye stated to plaintiff that he needed plaintiff to be his beautiful audience while he did unspeakable sexual things to a model, name withheld. Okay. When I read that unspeakable, I just thought it was poop. I don't know why. I just thought it was poop. It was poop of some sort. Unspeakable, unspeakable things to some model, name withheld. Kanye's unrelenting and rather perverse sexual itch was always at the forefront of his scheming mind. In an effort to try to persuade plaintiff once again, Kanye thought describing a disturbing sexual encounter with this model in great detail would impress plaintiff so much that plaintiff would immediately change her mind and be compelled to take part in his delusional fantasy and ultimate wish of having plaintiff consensually. He sent her the following series of texts on June 14th, 2022. I'm on text with so and so celebrity. She reminded me. One time, this guy, something about a wine bottle that I won't be getting into. You gotta be there one time, Kanye told her. Finishing a bottle of red wine with a woman or a person and then things unspeakable. Oh my God, they are so sick. Oh, they are so nasty if this is true. Again, this is just typed out. I didn't see the text messages myself. When a new tactic to have intercourse with plaintiff didn't work, Kanye would quickly move on to his next approach. Um, For example, on July 29th, 2022, Kanye required plaintiff to acquire and hand deliver his so-called honey to the shared Yeezy Gap office in Hollywood, California. After dropping off the honey, plaintiff returned to her own house, her own apartment in West Hollywood at the Asteris Kings building, where defendant would later take up residence just 4 doors down from plaintiff after her employment was wrongfully terminated. So she's kind of saying he stalked her, right? Like, she's saying after she dropped off this honey, she went back home. She went back to her apartment in West Hollywood, in a building where, after she was wrongfully terminated later in the future, Kanye West was also going to move into that building just 4 doors down from her. Now, she went back home that day, though. We're back, whenever she dropped the honey off and she goes back to her apartment to keep working. And he texted her to acknowledge he received the box of honey. "Can I come by your spot and see if the honey works? LOL," Kanye allegedly texted her. On some occasions, if Kanye's multiple attempts and varied style of approach was not successful in getting him what he wanted from one of his targets, including this lady, Lauren, he would resort to taking exactly what he wanted without their consent. So now this part, I'm just getting a little bit tired, and we're only on page 19. So some of the stuff I'm going to skip, the stuff that I did kind of read already in the other lawsuit. And this is about his anti-Semitic rants, the hateful and frightening, screaming at employees, bullying, harassment, public humiliation, tantrums, scare tactics, regularly privately used tactics when interacting with plaintiff, his family members, A-list celebrity female musicians, high-level public figures and executives, Chase Bank presidents, board members of people of the Jewish religion, right? We've heard this. Then this part of the lawsuit, he talks about, she talks about need to rent one of these hotel rooms for Kanye one night after a date, and she's having a hard time finding one. And she has to communicate with this real estate guy, and she has to communicate with all these people, because if Kanye doesn't get what he wants, then he's going to be so upset and all of that. So she's talking about that, and she has a hard time finding one. Somebody finally helps her to find the hotel, but he's he hates it, calls it trashy. It's a trash hotel because the walls are blue. Only a person who practices the Jewish religion would do this, is what he said, or whatever. And this is apparently what prompted his infamous DEFCON 3 tweet. Okay. The DEFCON 3 tweet happened that day or the next day. And it was all in response to the fact that he didn't like the hotel room that he had been given. He didn't like the hotel room that had been reserved for him by his people, basically. So he threw his tantrum. Yes. It's the truth. It is the truth. It is the truth. Every race and religion has tons of nasty folks. It's definitely the truth. That is the truth. After he posted his personal opinion on Jewish people to his Twitter account, he called plaintiff again to ask if she saw what he tweeted. Kanye then demanded that plaintiff read the tweet out loud. Strangely, he got a thrill out of this and was turned on by making plaintiff and many others recite uncomfortable information, say inappropriate words, as well as perform inappropriate and uncomfortable tasks. Don't know if that's true. More allegedly anti-Semitic remarks. Apparently he refused to carry a wallet, money, credit cards. So this poor girl was having to fly across the country to give him his passport and stuff. And she couldn't just mail it or send it with somebody else. It had to be her. And even on her birthday, he made her do that on her birthday. He had let her work from home for a while, but then he made her come work in person again because, he needed her in his close proximity. I'm just skipping through some of these parts because if not, I'm not going to make it. I'm getting hoarse. Sorry. This part I found interesting. It said he had got kicked out of his Gap office or whatever, right? And that's a big deal because he needs his office bedrooms and bathrooms and all of that, right? After defendant ordered him to relocate the office multiple times in a few short weeks, he finally landed Yeezy LLC a permanent home in the upstairs open loft area of the LA apparel factory in South Central Los Angeles. Kanye West's good friend, disgraced founder of American Apparel, but they do withhold his name, who was forced to step down from his former company and had been serially accused of harassment and misconduct, welcomed Kanye with open arms. The LA apparel factory owner, name withheld, shared a passion for sex and aligned, and the two aligned in their desire to have relations with their employees, and most importantly, there was a private space available for Kanye's required office bedroom, making it the perfect home for Yeezy. Upon plaintiff's arrival to the new headquarters at the LA apparel factory, Kanye required everyone who was there gather around and sit in silence at the large rectangular table in the open loft, while he gave a long-winded, anti-Semitic, racially charged, threatening hate speech. Okay, I don't even feel comfortable reading some of the stuff he said, so I'm just going to skip the hate speech, but y'all can pause and read it if you must. He would also apparently ask Yeezy employees and guests to reveal the religion that they practiced. And depending on their answer, they could be terminated or asked to leave for a specific amount of time. So that's illegal. You can't fire someone for their religion. I mean, that's pretty much ingrained in the Constitution. If anyone voiced their true concerns or verbally disagreed with Kanye in any way, they would risk being humiliated and immediately banned and blacklisted. In addition, Kanye would demand Yeezy clothing designers draw swastikas on various clothing items among the hundreds of pieces that he had meticulously spread out from wall to wall, covering almost the entire floor of the very large open space loft at the LA Apparel that was the Yeezy LLC headquarters. Kanye was proudly and aggressively voiced that everyone must fall in line because it was his regime. His Yeezy LLC employees and contributors were his army, and he was the certain dictator, leaving plaintiff and most of the men and women around him alarmed, scared, or very disturbed. Kanye West, this is a quote, is an entitled egomaniac who believed or believes he is untouchable and allows his God complex to lead his above the law thought process. Okay, so they're saying he has a God complex, and that is leading his thought process. He's used to getting anything and everything he wants, either through his position with force, public bullying and shaming, threats, or other scare tactics. His gross abuse of power simply by buying it with extreme wealth. Plaintiff Lauren has worked in the music industry for approximately 15 years. She has successfully held positions in and all these, marketing consulting, clothing design, distribution, project management, social media management, optimization. Due to these skills, she was able to achieve professional success and achievements, including but not limited to RIAA certified gold records, national and international concert touring, national radio promotion and play and movie and show syncs, as well as the discovery and placement of multiple songs on top Billboard, OK Penske Media, OK Lou Taylor Connection charting albums. During her years of work, she had many occasions to professionally interact with and work with major label artists, including, without limitation, Kanye. So she's trying to just kind of say, like, I didn't need Kanye to be famous or whatever. Kanye spoke freely about his long-standing obsession and infatuation with plaintiff and plaintiff's body. He would often make it clear to plaintiff and others after she was hired that his long-standing obsession started all the way back when she was an artist manager for a certain musician many years ago. Okay, y'all, so here's another clue. Who did what's her name? Lauren Pisciotto manage as an artist manager many years ago? Plaintiff refused Kanye's advances and did not want to have relations with him. She expressed that she was not otherwise interested in an intimate relationship, paid S encounters, or material items offered in exchange for S. This only fueled Kanye to relentlessly pursue her and persist in his pursuit to conquest plaintiff. She actually worked. Look, it says plaintiff creatively contributed to Kanye West's Yeezy season 1 fashion line, his collaborative collection with Adidas. So that was all the way back in 2015. So she was with him for a long time. She creatively contributed to Yeezy season 1 fashion line, the collaborative collection with Adidas that debuted October 2015. Defendant referred to plaintiff as an inspiration for Yeezy season 1 in professional meetings with creatives and high-level executives present. So she was like a muse for season 1. Whoever said she's jealous of Bianca might be right. So she also allegedly helped work on a bunch of other stuff. She became his full-time assistant, personal assistant in connection with business affairs. She made $1 million a year, but she had to be available 24/7, 365. And to be honest, y'all, like, it's not worth it. $1 million a year is not worth having zero free time to yourself, because she goes on to say she couldn't even go to the damn Pilates lessons. She couldn't go to Pilates. She couldn't have a birthday date. It's like there's no amount of money that you can pay to be 24/7, 365 for somebody, y'all. It's crazy. I mean, do it if you want to. Learn your own lessons, but if you're listening to me, he would refer to her as his therapist. He let her go to Pilates, and you can pause it here and read what she alleges was the text message exchange. But he allows her to go to Pilates because why? Because it gave him an aroused feeling. I found it interesting that she had an OF account and called it tasteful. It's not tasteful. I'm just so sorry. And this is not shaming. I mean, I will shame. I will kink shame. But this, what I'm doing right now, is not shame. I'm not shaming somebody for having an OF. I am saying that it is an untrue statement. Okay. I'm not shaming. But to call the materials on the OF tasteful is not a true statement, y'all. I literally would not have been able to keep the video up if I put these pictures up on this channel. Okay. They were not tasteful. They were overtly highly sexual. Now listen to the words coming out my mouth, please, because I can already hear somebody in the comments going, "You're victim blaming." No, I'm not. I don't think having an OF with risque pictures means you should be victimized or assaulted. I didn't say that. What I am saying is it calls her entire credibility into question when she didn't even have to put this word in here. I can see the pictures that are just publicly available. I'm telling y'all, I had to go through picture after picture after picture. Every picture I could find of the girl, it's headlights on, back arch, titties out, butt naked in some of these pictures. Like, it's not a tasteful OF account, okay? But does that mean that she deserves some bad thing to happen? Of course not. Of course not. That's not what I'm talking about. That's not what I'm saying. That's not what I'm saying. We got to use words to mean what they mean, or else it becomes an untrue statement. Okay, anyway, so she had an OF, but that's not even the most interesting thing about what I found interesting about it. It's that it was run by an independent management company. And I'm telling y'all, OF is the new pimpin'. Sorry, heard it here first, heard it here last. Not sure if you heard it before. Do you know that OF is a pyramid? Do you know that you get a percentage if you get somebody to sign up under your account? Do you know that you can just automatically have your management fee, aka pimp fee? Let's call things what they are since we're in the mood for it today. You can have your pimp fee automatically taken out. So she had an OF. Okay. She's calling it tasteful. It wasn't. Run by independent management company. Who? And I know there are legitimate business models, y'all, but you cannot deny and be telling the truth that the pimps ain't using it too. You can't deny it. You can't deny it. If you deny it, you lying. If you deny it, you lying. Don't shoot the messenger. That doesn't mean you can't have a manager. I know a lot of people ain't trying to text message with people all day long. Now, is that ethical? To have a management company responding to your DMs as if it's you and having fake phone sex with people, like, I think that might not be ethical. But girl, that get your money, I guess. Who am I? Who am I? To judge or whatever. Really, I'm not judging. I know a lot of y'all like to think I am and shaming. I am shaming the people poo-pooing on each other. Yes, I am. It's nasty. Y'all nasty. It's nasty. Y'all nasty. But I'm not shaming for this. I really am not. But I personally don't think I could do having somebody respond to let's take the OF part out of it. Let's take the OF part out of it. I'm an influencer, right? That's the type of content I make. Let's say I open up a text line, a text message line, and I'm like, oh, you can text message with me. Whatever, like DM with me if you sign up to be a member of my text message crew or whatever, right? And then later you find out that you've never been text messaging with me. It's like my mama or it's like my management company, but I kind of sold it like it was me. I think y'all would be upset. I think that would not be ethical. I think that would be misleading if I did that. Now that has nothing to do with the OF at all, right? So I'm not even judging that part of it. See what I'm saying? See what I'm saying? It's that's one way to put it. That's one way to put it. Anyway, okay. Ye often referred to himself as a fan of plaintiff. Okay. Telling her how much he loved that plaintiff was hot enough for OF and smart enough to work for him. Okay. He explained to her in a text message one day he was proud of himself for resisting the urge to grope her until he could not control himself anymore. When plaintiff was required by him to be physically present. Okay, so she had a uniform requirement, and it was all black, form-fitting clothing. More specifically, leggings. He was like into the leggings. He really liked the leggings, apparently. You really look so good today. Forgot how much of a fan I was. I was proud of myself these past 2 weeks. Put on the cape, the super pants. Referred to the leggings as super pants. And plaintiff would be required to purchase the super pants for women he was sleeping with. Okay, so again, she's admitting she would go and buy stuff for these trafficking victims, right? I mean, she's the one who called them that, not me. She's the one who called them women he trafficked. Okay, so that's what she called them, and they were unsuspecting and all of that. And now she's out buying their leggings for them, the super pants, and she's wearing the leggings too. He boasted to friends and colleagues about how attractive his assistant, plaintiff, was. In the same breath, he would often reveal and brag to friends, colleagues, and Yeezy employees that he paid assistant $1 million to work with him. Often, when she would walk into the room, Kanye would announce during what would have been a professional business meeting that not only was plaintiff the smartest and hottest assistant of all time, but she was also a millionaire and an OF superstar. Oh my God, please. Why would he announce that in the meeting? It seems like humiliating on purpose. Like, not that she should be humiliated by that, but it seems like that is his purpose of doing it. Like, oh, look at my hot assistant. Look at her body. She's so rich. Not like, oh, she's so smart. Oh, she's so great. She does such a wonderful job. Like, look at her. Just look at her body. Think about her naked or whatever. Plaintiff's large social media following and presence that existed years prior to working for defendants, including without limitation Kanye West. It was Instagram, OF, professional bikini and lingerie photographs, and as a result of professional and tasteful photo shoots. I need a definition. We're going to need a definition of tasteful, because I think what might be going on is we don't agree. Yeah, I mean, well, we didn't establish it. We did not establish it, Justin. It has only been alleged. I didn't see it. He didn't tell me that, but somebody did allege it. Anyway, okay, so it says plaintiff's social media presence generated approximately $1 million annually. So she really is a millionaire, right? Like, she's making $1 million a year on OF and Instagram and bikini modeling and tasteful photo shoots. And she's making $1 million a year also being Kanye's assistant. Constantly boasted about and expressed how proud he felt to have plaintiff working with him and others and to plaintiff directly. Okay, so He was boasting about her. I love that you were my assistant at the Soho warehouse. That's some of the most billionaire ever. Rappers couldn't believe it. F a chain, F a car, F a hit single. You working with me is one of the biggest flexes ever. So apparently that was Kanye's text to her. So then around August 2022, we're still in that same time frame. This is the same month that he had offered her to do a swap out with the A-list celebrity male's girlfriend at the lunch or whatever. Like, this is the same month. All this is still going on this one month. Um, in 2022, it wasn't cool anymore. She was on the OF. He abruptly changed his mind and stated that plaintiff needed to delete the OF account as Kanye felt it was going to make her more godlike. Y'all, I do believe the man has these mood swings like this. I really do. Oh, yeah. What about the poop that he scooped that he pooped that he scooped that he? Exactly. We even had that. We featured that on the tiered list. I know. It's like so cringe. Okay, Sinead, I see. She said Scientology uses work visas to traffic also. Yeah, Serge has told us this. Yeah, I mean, bipolar girl, I mean, we all know a bipolar person that does not be doing all of this. Okay, that's not a good reason to be acting like that. Okay, so he's like, stop doing OF, you'll be more godlike. Plus, you're gonna mess up my presidential run. So he's like, if you delete your OF, I will give you $1 million. And so she's like, okay, fine, bet. So she contacts the people and the management company, and they delete. It said, typically, when Kanye entered a short-lived, quote, godlike phase, it was prompted by him having had one too many of his out-of-control Hennessy and or honey-fueled S parties. During the time, Kanye West would briefly take stock of his disgraceful and, quote, illegal behavior and lifestyle. Spend some time thinking about his family and his children, and ultimately he would want to repent in some way. He would then require everyone around him to make their adjustments in their lives and to adapt to the new brief phase of his life. During these self-described more godlike times, Kanye demanded there be no cursing, no alcohol, no sex. All women in his close proximity had to be covered from head to toe, and to that point more specifically, no midriff showing and no high heels, because that was a, quote, different type of energy. Also, they had to avoid midriffs and high heels because for not to tempt Kanye. Whether defendants' godlike phases lasted 4 hours, 4 days, or 4 weeks, Kanye's obsession, compulsion, and hyper need for women, power, and control would always return, and usually with a vengeance. Girl, sounds like a demon. Possessed. Okay, and then he talks about all his different personalities. I almost wonder, is this lawsuit a setup for a conservatorship, girl? Because they are making him look schizophrenic, and not in the good way, okay? DID, on the loose, is what they're trying to make it seem like. I'm telling you, I'm not saying it. Don't shoot the messenger. Look what it says. By way of example, on May 12, 2022, 12:38 a.m., virtually in the middle of the night, Kanye texted this lady, Lauren, to classify his extreme desire for having multiple women based on different personalities. He embodied, right? Multiple women based on the different personalities he embodied. He said, if my girlfriend is gay, again, this is allegations. This ain't even a screenshot. They just typed it. If my girlfriend is gay, then money must be female. I need a girl for each one of my personalities. Rapper girl, designer girl, architect girl, F the world girl, save the world girl, play with my kids girl, business girl, porn girl, godly girl. I like how these two came right next to each other. The corn girl and the godly girl right next. Foodie girl, workout, vegan. What's Wagyu? I don't know what that means. I thought that was a type of steak. City girl, ranch girl, day one girl. Somebody explain this one to me too. I don't know what that means either. Brand new girl, massage girl. Well, no comment. Don't touch me, girl. Know the law, girl. Nope, not it. How to illegally do things, girl. Well, this could be the same girl, Kanye. Know the law, girl, and how to illegally do things, girl. You could not could be one person. Political girl, cultural girl. Which culture? I mean, my God. sci-fi girl, and comedy girl. That's it for now. So all these are supposed to be his personalities, and he needs different girls for his different personalities. When Kanye asked plaintiff to delete her OnlyFans, they agreed to pay her $1 million, so she did it. Um, when Kanye wanted to ensure a stronger grip and a deeper level of control over various men and women, he would send wires or purchase luxury handbags, luxury vehicles, and offer jobs and raises and investments before and investments. Oh, isn't this what he did to Kim? Kim wanted to do some ad and then he told her no because they like rip Yeezy off, and then he made her an investor in Yeezy. Before shutting down her OF account, this tactic did not work with plaintiff. Plaintiff had been able to acquire her own Birkin handbags prior to working for him, and her own luxury vehicles such as a silver Lamborghini Urus, and that irritated Kanye West. He much preferred plaintiff and others around him be solely reliant on him and the salary he provided, as well as be swayed and manipulated by the lavish, expensive, and luxurious gifts Kanye dangled in front of them. Kanye used this technique to aid him in his quest for plaintiff and many others to be compliant when he made his sexual advances or other demands. Um, so that didn't work on her. Um, okay, so it says plaintiff did not agree to intercourse with defendant, nor would she participate at his ass parties, and that is why the gifts or raises offered to her, including without limitation by Kanye, were never given to her. So she's saying she was denied her $1 million whatever, specifically because she wouldn't have relations with Kanye. He preyed on, it says, oh man, the fear of losing a job or income provided by defendant was one of the many methods Kanye used to gain more power and more control over anyone and everyone around him. Kanye preyed on both men and women who relied on Kanye's wealth and financial agreements with him to misuse his position of extreme power to get whatever he wanted. However, during a change in mood when defendant Kanye was not harassing, belittling, or testing plaintiff's honesty and dedication to him, he would praise her for her hard work and work ethic, her genuine and upstanding character, loyalty, and her perspective. He would say things like plaintiff was a godsend who was one of the only non-liars in his life. He praised her over the phone and over text message for her calm nature, patience, and essential approach to life. During these times, Kanye would use plaintiff as a sounding board and would often thank her for things such as her honesty and appropriate behavior. And he often told plaintiff he felt some of his other Yeezy employees were liars, manipulators, and users, one of which he accused of attempting to have intercourse with his girlfriend. Thanks for talking to me without strings, understanding things others won't. He's also like an emotional, like, what's that called when you like dump on people emotional, like emotional unloader? What is that called? Like trauma dumper, whatever. It's like he just like dumps it all, trauma dump. Yeah, just like dumps it all out. Like, dude, chill out. So now we're talking about happy birthday. This is where he mentions Jay-Z. I'm starting to get tired and very hungry, so we might have to do a part 2 to this, but I'll go through the parts I highlighted. On or about September 13th, 2022. So this 2022, they're telling us that Jay-Z and Kanye are still friends. 2022. Kanye officially promoted plaintiff to chief of staff. So this girl that's suing, she gets promoted to chief of staff. Kanye was so pleased with plaintiff's performance and her that he shared the promotion news with many of his colleagues, including his good friend Jay-Z. See that? Kanye sent a screenshot to plaintiff of his conversation with Jay-Z. Okay, so he took a screenshot of the conversation he had with Jay-Z. Okay. Sent it to this girl, Lauren, and said, look, I'm bragging about you to Jay-Z. And now Lauren is saying she got the screenshot. Yeah, I'm deleting and banning people who don't know how to listen. Okay, yeah, exactly. Oh, is Rabbit in here? Rabbit, shout out to Rabbit. Yes, please hit the like. Exactly. Okay, so yeah, Jay-Z, look, this is the alleged text message exchange between Jay-Z and Kanye, allegedly. The text exchange between them reads, Kanye, aka Ye, checking in, pray all is well. I made Lauren Pisciata my chief of staff, and I would like for name withheld to meet with her because I know she would relate. Jay-Z responded, peace, all is well, wishing the same for you and yours. Yeah, thanks for that nod. That makes me smile. Maybe Lauren Piscata somehow is like the way that they met or something. I don't know. Because look, thanks for the nod. That makes me smile. What does that mean? Congrats. I don't know. This all seems like I don't know, kind of weird. Congrats. All right. So Jay-Z congratulates Kanye according to this lawsuit. Sent plaintiff text message confirming the promotion, giving you a $3 million raise. So he promises her a $3 million raise, which she never gets. He does other horrible, unspeakable things allegedly that she alleges, such as, you know what, in front of her, oversharing intimate S details, photos, texts, and videos of S acts, including without limitation acts that Kanye was engaged in, and other pictures, videos, Instagram models, current employees, various men and women. And then he repeatedly propositioned her for the sexual relations. He wants to rent a room, take appointments. Oh, girl. Let me just see what we're dealing with here. Oh, hold on. There was that one picture. Yeah, it's kind of like, okay, listen, it's more of a lot of that. It's Kanye being concerned about his, you know what, size downstairs size and all that. I think we're like about halfway through the lawsuit, and I just like seriously hit a wall. Like, I'm so tired, I'm so hungry, and my throat hurts and all of that. So I'm gonna do a part 2 on this one, but I think we did get the point, right? Today so far, we got the point. The allegations seem eerily similar to the Diddy allegations. They seem kind of similar to some of the Vince McMahon allegations, and they seem similar to some of the allegations made against Jay-Z, Weinstein, Epstein, all the rest. I mean, really, it seems similar. I wasn't there. I can tell you that for sure. I don't know what happened. I really do not. Diddy and Drake. Thank you for the $2 super chat, Nick. I saw that one, and I'm gonna look into that. I'm gonna look into all these different timelines here. You're welcome. Yeah, remember to like the yes, seriously, thank you, Narachi, for the $10 super chat. I'm gonna go eat because y'all know my Thai food been here forever. I'm about to warm it up. If we believe him, then it may actually be a setup. They tried locking him up before, but as a personal standard, I believe S8 victims first. Thank you for the $4.99 super chat, Sean, and also just the I see that merch. I see that Facts Ain't Defamation hoodie. Yes. I think it should be linked down below if y'all want to get that one. But that's the limited edition. That one's done. Like we made one round of those and that's it. So that's how I do merch. I do one round and that's it. It's not like a swing and revolving door. I mean, girl, get your merch if they still got the size. It's got some new ones coming out soon. But to the comment, we believe him. It may actually be a setup, and that is you know, something that I'm always open to. For me, the way that Bianca Censori walks around and dresses in public, the way that they have done things publicly, it demonstrates to me, in my opinion, that at the very least, he is a highly sexual person. Now, does that mean he's depraved? No, no. But, you know, there's little hints, you know, you just take the little hints as they come. And Bianca is a grown woman. She can do what she wants, right? But it is a little bit alarming to me to find out that she's over here on a visa, and like to hear that he's maybe using visas. I don't know if any of this stuff is true. I wasn't there. Hopefully Rabbit makes a I was trying to get Rabbit to read this last night. I bought it last night and sent it to her. And she was like, "Okay, I'm gonna get to that later." So hopefully she gets to it. Cause I like watching other people's videos on stuff I cover too. Thank you, Adam. I am gonna go eat. I am. Oh, shout out to Silly Rabbit, another best mod on YouTube. Thank you, Sarah. Okay, I'm going to eat. I'm going to eat. I'm going to eat. It is, but I'm serious, Christopher. I'm serious. I'm shaming y'all. I'm shaming y'all. I'm shaming. You should be ashamed. And that, yeah, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go. Okay. That's all I really had for today. In the meantime, if facts ain't defamation, love you, mean it. Okay, bye.